Hi, good morning. So just wanted to do a quick EFT tapping video for you. So this one is based on a difficult subject. So this one is based on grief. So, we often think of grief when we've lost someone. So, that's the biggest form of grief for a lot of us, is when we lose someone dear to us. But we actually go through grief in lots of different ways, just through loss and change. We're constantly hitting that grief cycle. So, and most of us will probably try and avoid big changes as much as possible. It's like when you move house, you try not to do it too often because we know it's a big upheaval and it's a big important decision, and they say that's one of the most stressful things you can go through in life, because it's anything that creates big change. But grief also applies to little change as well, or progressive change. And actually, what we might be finding now is that at the beginning of COVID-19 is that we were like, okay, right, okay, some things are going to change, that's all right. And we started to adapt and we started to change with it, and that was all okay. But we didn't really have much choice in that. We had to just go with the flow. And then as weeks go on, you might start to realize that, this change is ongoing, it's still happening, it's prolonged change. And that can affect us quite and impact us emotionally, on a deep level that perhaps we're not able to either cope with or we're prepared to cope with. Some of us that are used to managing our emotions in certain ways, those ways have gone now because we might be more isolated, so we might not have as many coping mechanisms as we did. So it might hit us a little bit harder. And what you might find is that, one of the first stages of grief is this denial. And when you go into denial, you might also go into depression because you're not acknowledging your feelings and what is going on underneath. So EFT is a really great way to gently work with those feelings and start to acknowledge, start to come into that acceptance that, yeah, actually, do you know what? I'm not coping as well, or I don't feel as good right now, and that's all right because that's normal. That's what happens to all of us because I'm human. So this video is about going through that. Now, if you have lost someone recently, you might not want to go through this EFT video. That's okay. Do what's right for you, because you might not be ready to deal with this grief on top of other grief that you're feeling. And what I would advise is that you do go and speak to a counsellor, or you do have a one-to-one, or you try to contact me to have a one-to-one EFT session, because there might be more underlying things there that might come to the surface that you're not ready to deal with. So only do this if you feel that you're ready to deal with what's going on underneath. If you were fine before, but now you're feeling like there's something that's changed in you, we're just going to deal with that. Okay. Right. So if you haven't done EFT before, make sure you watch the instructional video that I've put out on YouTube. Okay, we're going to begin. So you're just going to follow along with me. Okay, I'm going to be looking at my notes, so just bear with me if I'm not always looking at the camera. So deep breath in and out. So even though I feel sad right now, even though I feel down, low, or depressed right now, it's okay for me to be aware of these feelings. I don't have to try and fight or hide from them. I don't have to be ashamed of what's going on here, because things have changed and change can be difficult. Routines keep me feeling safe, and I don't feel as safe right now. My grounding has been lost, and things have been taken away from me. When I lose something, I go into this grieving process. Just breathing through, just being aware of what feelings that's bringing to the surface, what it's doing to the body. Breathing into any places that might feel tight. And it's okay to acknowledge now that I might be going into this grieving process. And even though I'm grieving right now, it's okay to keep moving at the same time, at my own pace, in my own rhythm. And it's tricky when you don't know how to behave or how to feel because you didn't even maybe know that you were grieving. And how crazy is that? How crazy is all of this? So crazy. When I don't even let myself grieve at the best of times because I have to keep moving on. I have things to do. I've got to stay in control. I've got to be strong. I've got to hold it all together. But I can't. I just can't because this isn't normal grief. And I'm only human. And it's okay for me to grieve now. Deep breath in and out. Letting that grieving ease. And even though I might not know how to grieve or what that means for me yet, it's okay because my body knows what to do. It knows what I need. And I can ask myself now, what is it that I feel? As I pause and give myself time to feel. Breathing through. Letting the answers come. And it's okay to feel like this. It's okay, body. It's okay that we feel like this. And I love us anyway. Deep breath in and out. In and out. In and out. And you may start to feel like this weight's lifting. And you may also start to feel a little bit tired. You know, your body's going to be releasing all of that heaviness that you've been carrying. So being really gentle with yourself is important here. Up to this tapping point. Scared and confused. I begin to surround myself in this pink light of love. Feeling it all around me now as I start to hold space for myself. Breathing through these tappings here, creating space in the body. Next tapping point, all of these feelings, holding myself in a space of compassion. Imagine that you're giving yourself a hug right now. Just holding space for yourself to feel. Breathing through underneath the eye. It's okay to feel it, to heal it. I am love. I'm being love. I'm allowing myself to feel loved. Underneath the nose, letting it all go now. Really feel that release there. You might start to feel your energy flowing again, which can feel a little bit tingly in the body. And this is where those energy lines have been blocked and you're unblocking them and letting the energy flow. This will give you a new lease of life. Start to make you feel more zest again. Underneath the lip. It's safe for me to feel all of this now as I start to release. As I acknowledge my feelings and hold space for myself. It's okay to feel emotional. It's okay for these emotions to come forward, but just keep tapping even if you can't say the words. Okay, just so that you're clearing the way. And the collarbone. Releasing difficult emotions to feel better now. Starting to feel more at ease. Bringing in that pink light of love. Replenishing my systems, allowing my energy to flow, allowing my emotions to flow in ways that feel right for me, at times that feel right for me. Underneath the arm, feeling this release, embracing this release. Enjoying this release, the weight is lifting. On the top of the head now, feeling calmer as I release, bringing clarity, moving through these emotions with ease now, allowing myself to feel and to flow so that I can feel better, so that I can feel stronger now and start to move forward in ways that feel right for me. Deep breath in and out, in and out, in and out. Just sit now in this space and imagine that pink light of love all around you. Start to breathe it in, down into your chest. Allow it to fill your heart space. Just softening the space there and allowing the breath to flow. Releasing any tightness on the out breath. You can hold yourself in this space and with this light all around you today, just allowing it to lift your energy, lift your vibration, reminding you to be gentle with yourself. Wishing you a really lovely day, a peaceful day ahead. If you need to, you can repeat that tapping cycle again. If you feel like something's stuck, you can just repeat it until it comes forward. Make sure you've got space and time for yourself today where you can give yourself a break, afterwards. Drink plenty of water and allow your energy to flow. Take care. Speak soon. Bye.